Hello you guys and welcome back to another video. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Megan. Those of you who have watched some of my videos before know that I am not in my usual background right now. I am in my office. I'm not loving how this looks behind me just because I feel like it's so busy and I feel like you guys aren't really focusing on me, you're focusing on everything back there. So I'm not loving this right now. But the reason why we're here today is because I put a poll in my story that said, should I do a sunset painting tutorial or a clay charm tutorial? And 90% of you guys said a painting tutorial. So today I am going to be showing you guys how to make this sunset painting that I learned how to make at Muse Paint Bar. Here is the one I made at the paint bar. Absolutely love the way it came out. Does it even fit in the frame? I don't know. But this is the one I made at Muse Paint Bar, and I absolutely love it. I think it's gorgeous. One day I got bored, so I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna recreate that painting, but mini. The mini one is slightly different. I kind of did the best I could copying it, but I absolutely love the way this came out. I think it's so cool that I got to recreate it, but mini. You guys probably know I absolutely love mini things, so yeah. So today I'm going to teach you guys how to make this mini sunset painting. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So obviously, getting started with this video, here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a 6x8 stretched canvas. Now you can obviously make it on any size canvas by following the same exact steps that I make on this canvas. So if you don't have a 6x8 or you want to make a big one, whatever, you can do that too. But today we are going to be using a 6x8 canvas to recreate the mini one that I made last week. So this one is just from Dollar Tree. Honestly, they work just as great as ones from Michaels, and they're a lot cheaper. So pro tip for any crafters out there, if they have canvases at your Dollar Tree, stock up on them because they sell out fast and they're really good. Second, you're going to need some water to rinse your brushes in, and obviously you're going to need brushes. Now, something that is 100% optional that I always have, I suggest you do have because there is a lot of dipping in water involved in this painting, is some type of paint cloth. Mine is just an old t-shirt, but you can use paper towels or an old towel, anything that you prefer. So we're going to start off obviously by opening up our canvases. Yay! Okay. So obviously we're not gonna do it like this. We're gonna turn it to what are they called, like landscape? Yeah, landscape. So, and then we're going to start by picking out any paintbrush that you prefer. When I did it, since it's on a smaller scale, I have been using the medium filbert brush. I'm a beauty guru now. I've been using the medium filbert brush because it's on a smaller scale. Also another one that you could use, where is it? Where is she? You could also use a large filbert brush, or a medium one. As you can see, the large one is a lot bigger, which is why I go with the smaller one, because you can't take away paint, but you can always add paint if you want more. So we're gonna start off just by having our paint water ready, and we're gonna start off with yellow paint. So did I mention that you're gonna need paint before? I don't think I said paint, but obviously you're gonna need paint. So we're going to start off with yellow. I'm using acrylic paints today, but this could be recreated with gouache or oil paints, but even watercolor, but I prefer acrylic, especially for this painting. So I'm going to grab my paint palette. Ooh, I need a clean paint palette. Those are pretty dirty. Do I have a clean one? Yes, I do. Okay, so we're going to grab our paint palette and our canvas and then some yellow acrylic paint. So we're just going to start by putting a little tiny bit of yellow acrylic paint into our paint dish. You don't need a lot, just a dab is perfectly fine. You can always add more if you need more, but if you pour too much, you can't really put it back in the container. So then we're going to start by dipping our brush. We're going to start by dipping it in the water, then dipping it in the paint, and then quick dip back in the water. The reason why I dip it in water is because it makes blending a whole lot easier. Now, since the next color that we're going to be using is orange, I'm going to prepare my orange because you have to work fast at this point so that it doesn't dry and it will still be easy to blend. So we're going to get our orange and yellow paint ready. Where did my reference painting go? Why is it on the floor? Okay. And then after the orange and yellow, we're going to be using pink. I'm not thriving right now, guys. So once you get your desired pink color, which you can get by using whatever pinkish color you like to use, 100% up to you. So again, once you have your pink, orange, and yellow ready, which I do, we're going to use our dipped brush. It's probably a little dry now, so I'm gonna dip it back in. And we're just gonna start by making one line in the middle of the canvas. Do your best to make it in the middle. If it's not exactly centered, it's completely fine. By the way, guys, I'm going to make this tutorial so it's easy for you guys to follow along step by step. So you're going to make a line of yellow in the middle. Constantly dip in your water so it's easy to blend. Okay, and once we have a desired yellow line to your liking, hold on, I gotta add a little more down here. There you go. So once we have the yellow line as thick as we want and ready, just gonna clean off our brush. You don't have to worry about getting all the yellow paint off of it because it's gonna be blended with the orange paint anyway. Then we're gonna go into our orange paint and into our water. And we're gonna make an orange line right above the yellow. This one not as thick, but it's up to you. Make sure you're blending in the orange and yellow real nice.
Sunsets are all about the blending. Because paint water canvas, that's always how I do it.
Okay, so then make sure we're using a lot of water. And when we start blending it to our yellow, you can blend it down as far as you want, or you can only blend it a little bit. It's completely up to you. I like to give it a good blend into the yellow, you know, a good amount of blending. So there, we are left with that. Now we're gonna rinse off our paintbrush. Again, you don't have to worry too much because it's all getting blended on the seams anyway. And if it gets mixed in, that's perfectly fine. That's how sunsets are. So next we're gonna take our pink. Again, paint water canvas is always how it goes. And we're gonna do a line above the orange, except this time we're creating a little U shape with the top of our pink. And you'll see why in a little while. So you wanna create a U shape at the top with your pink and then fill in underneath, blending into the orange real nice. This would be a lot easier, I'm sure, if you guys could see what I'm doing, but I'm just currently filling in underneath the U-shaped line and blending into the orange. Let's go ahead and do that.
Once I have my desirable blending done and all that jazz, there we go, looking good. You can blend the pink down as far or not at all if you want.
I did blend it down all the way to my yellow a little tiny bit. So there is the start of our painting. So now we are going to repeat the same steps on the bottom. We're going to go back into our yellow, back into our water, and you could add a little bit more yellow on the bottom. It's totally up to you. Mine wasn't quite thick as I wanted it to be the first time, so I'm going to add a little bit more on the bottom. So right now I'm just adding onto my yellow. Totally up to you. Again, you want the yellow to be a pretty thick line though, because the moon is going on the yellow and also the mountains. There we go. Once we're done with that, guys, we're gonna go back into our orange, do our water, orange, water again, and blend the orange into the yellow on the bottom. So guys, if you don't want to blend it, which you do because it is a sunset, but you can actually just turn your brush on its side and make a dividing line and then paint underneath the dividing line. If you don't want to blend it on, this is just goes for any painting, however it is a sunset, so you are going to want to blend it. And if it's not blending so easily, just dip it in the water. Or if you want the orange to be a little lighter, just dip it in the water. And once I get my desired orange line, we're going to go in the pink underneath. And this time, you're just going to do a straight line with the pink. No U is necessary. And you are going to want to leave a good amount of room on the bottom. Alrighty, awesome. So once we have our start of the sunset, we have to wait for this all to dry until we can do the next step. So I'm going to put this aside and we're going to start mixing paints for the rest of the sky. So I'm going to rinse off my brush really good. And then we are going to start mixing paints for the rest of the sky. So what we're gonna wanna do is we have to make a pretty interesting blue color. So I'm taking darkish blue acrylic paint. Now this is gonna be for, you see where the sky is kind of darker? That's what this color is gonna be for. So you don't need too much of it. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Going to put some of our darker blue into our paint tray and some black, which I'm almost running out of black. Uh-oh. That wouldn't be good considering there's a lot of black things on this painting. And then mix it in real good. If it's looking a little too dark, add more blue. There we go. So you want it to be kind of a navy, dark navy blue kind of color. Perfect. Okay, so once we have that ready, we can put that aside. I got paint on my finger already, that's great. Amazing. Rinse off the brush. This is such like a different type of video for me. It's kind of weird. It's interesting though, I like it. Alrighty, so now once we do that, I'm gonna grab another paint palette because I'm running out of room on the other one. Another paint palette. And then we're gonna pour a little bit of blue because we need that for the regular sky. Some white. Oh, well that was close. I squirted the white out and it landed on the edge of the paint palette instead of in the tip in the palette. That's amazing. Okay, and then last but not least, we're gonna put some black on our palette. Alright, so now we have a palette with blue, black, and white. And now I'm gonna finish waiting for this sunset background to dry. Shouldn't take that long, maybe like 5 minutes, and I'll see you when it's dry. Alright guys, so it was pretty quick, but now it is dry. So we're gonna go back with our medium filbert brush again. Let's get the rest of that paint off there. And we are going to take our, where did I put that palette? Over here. We're going to take our light blue color, paint, water, paint, oh wait, what did I just do? Paint, water, and canvas, duh. And we're just going to make like a line against the pink on the top there. And this is our night sky. So we're just gonna make that line and then fill it in. just long strokes back and forth will get you to fill it in as quick as possible. And
it also look pretty neat and clean. Alrighty. Awesome.
so then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing down below. Except we are going to be mixing in a little bit of lighter blue with our darker blue, just so we have a differentiation between the sky and the ocean. So we're gonna mix in a little bit of light blue and a little bit of dark blue. You don't want it to be super light, whatever fits your fancy, whatever you want. It is your painting. Totally feel free to express your creative freedoms. That's what art is all about. Okay, so once we have our desired blue, we're just gonna paint below our sunset.
That's a beautiful blue. I just need all mine.
Just like that. But you don't want the bottom of the ocean or the ocean to be too different from the sky. So I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of our darker blue just to get a little bit darker. A little tiny bit. Alright, looks perfect. So now that we have made the sky and the ocean, we're going to start adding our details. So we're gonna go grab some of this navy blue that we made earlier, and we're going to do a little loop over here. And what this does is adds a little bit of depth and detail to our night sky. Looks super nice, actually. It's a great detail to be adding. Actually, one of my favorite farts. What is wrong with me? Guys, it's one of my favorite parts of the painting is the darker blue up over here in the corner. You can tell how it just adds so much depth, and I love it. You can tell the darker blue up in that corner. I absolutely love the way that came out. So add your desirable amount of the dark navy blue on the corner. But you don't want to do it with the whole sky, only a little loop over in the top right. Alrighty, there we go, perfecto. So now, once we have that done, we're going to start doing our detail, which would be our sun and our mountains. And I have to go look for more black paint because there's no way I have enough right now for this. So I'll be right back. Guys, I have black. I knew I had more black in there somewhere. I have a whole collection of paint. How can I not have black? Am I right? So I found black. Yes, thank God. So we're going to add a little more to my paint palette because I definitely don't have enough at the moment. Alrighty. So we're going to go back in again with our medium filbert brush because... Wait, what did I do with it? Oh, it's back here. Okay. So we're going to dip it in our black. And we're just going to make a thin line towards the bottom of the yellow line. Don't worry about it being perfectly straight or anything, because this is where our mountains are going to be made, and mountains are not straight. So it's perfectly fine to get bumps all over it. As you can see, I'm not worried at all about it being straight. It is so crooked, but that's part of what it's supposed to look like. Actually, the whole painting looks really crooked, but it looks good. And then, once we're done, we're going to leave a little spot over here where our sun is going to go, and then next to that we're going to start making our mountains. So completely up to you. Maybe you don't want mountains, and that's completely fine.
Mountains definitely do add quite a lot to the picture, so we're just going to go making those little mountainy ridges. Totally up to you how big your mountains are, or how small they are, how bumpy they are, how steep, how tall, whatever. All up to you. What I love about making mountains is nothing has to be perfect, because mountains have ridges and peaks and valleys and all that, so that's really awesome. So once we do our mountains to our desire, the end of the picture, as you can see over here, we have this big mountain in the corner over here. Totally up to you whether you want to make that or not, but I really love the way that came out in the last picture, so I'm going to make a bigger mountain toward my corner. Alright, perfecto. So now we're going to rinse off our brush, but don't need to worry about getting it fully rinsed, because the next thing we're going to do has to do with black anyway. So we're going to dab into our white. This is totally optional, but again, adds a lot of detail to the mountains. As you can see, like the white spots just add a lot of detail.
So before the black dries, you can just go along your mountains however you want, adding in some white detail.
Doesn't have to be a lot, doesn't have to be all over the mountains. Maybe just a little bit of the detail on some spots. It's fine. It's up to you. Perfect.
Absolutely love it. Alright, so then once we're done adding that little detail, now we are going to grab a lighter yellow, and this is totally up to you. You can use a dark yellow. Oh, maybe I don't need to mix the color. Actually, I think this color is already perfect for a sun, because we don't want the sun to be as yellow as the background, that the little bit of yellow in the background, obviously. That's not gonna be good. So then we're gonna go right next to our mountains where we left that spot, make the sun, which actually super blends in with the background. So I'm gonna add a little white, and hopefully then it makes it a little different from our background. Also gonna add a little bit of darker yellow in hopes that that'll make it different. So once your sun is differentiated, perfect, awesome, love it, we're gonna rinse our brush. We're gonna wait for the sun to dry. You can paint mountains over your sun, or you can just leave it without the mountains, and then we're gonna wait for all of this to dry and come back in about 5 minutes to finish the rest. I'll see you guys then. Hello you guys, we are back. Not even gonna lie, it's been 2 days since I last sat down to film this video. We got up to the mountains, and now it is time for the tree and the stars, and that will complete your mini sunset tree painting. So let's do this. Okay, so we are going to go back in for our tree using our medium, no, that's the wrong one, using our medium filbert brush, the one we have been using throughout most of this video, and also we're going to need our medium angle brush. So again, make sure you have your water and your paint palettes ready. So the rest of the colors that you're going to need is black and white. That's it for the rest of this video. I'm gonna get my white. I need to go to the craft store and get more paint soon, guys, even though I have a ton, but I'm running out of the necessary color. Next, guys, I want to do a tutorial on this one because it's so cute and so fun to make. And I just also want to say, like, I love how different I am during these videos. Like, honestly, during like a painting video versus like, I don't know, like something else. Like, I feel so, because I get calm when I paint, and instructing painting is like a zen mode for me. So like, I'm so much calmer than normal, but it's nice. Okay, so now we are going to go in with our medium angle brush, and we're gonna dip it in the black paint. Remember, it goes paint, water, canvas, guys, so that way it's easy to blend and easy to move around. And we are just gonna start with a hill on the side, which is the base, well, not the base for our tree, but where the tree will lie, where the tree will stand on.
So don't worry about making it too perfect. It's supposed to be a little bumpy. There we go. Don't worry about any bumps. It's totally fine. It's supposed to be like that. So once we make that arc on the side, we're just going to go ahead and fill it in.
Water. Is there water in here? There's like no water in here. I think I rinsed it out and then I forgot to put new water in it. What is wrong with me? Alright, well, good thing I had that water bottle there for absolutely no reason. There was like no water in there, guys. I thought I was dipping it into water and it wasn't. Oh my god, guys. Girl, I am a mess. Okay.
So again, just filling in the little bump that you guys cannot really see because painting like this is hard. Alright, so
Once the little bump thingy is filled in, we're going to take our medium angle brush and we're gonna do a line, middle of the bump. It's a tree, so again, you don't have to worry about making it too, you know, perfect. Then by the way guys, I did that with it like this. Now we're gonna turn it on its side and we're gonna make that a little bigger.
And that is the base of our tree. Then down here, I'm gonna add a little angle coming to the base so it looks like the tree is connected to the base. Looks like it has some roots. There we go. Perfect. And that is actually a perfect tree. I love how that came out. And we're gonna bring this all the way up to the top, getting thinner and thinner as we go. You don't want to make it too thin, but you can get a little bit thinner as you get towards the top. There we go. Looking good.
Also, I'm gonna add another mountain over the sun. I think it looks way better with the mountain over the sun as well. And whilst that is wet, I'm gonna go in grabbing a little white to do the detailing on the mountain with. There we go. Just fixed that. I just added mountains over the sun. I think it looks better with mountains over the sun, as you can see from the big painting. I absolutely love how this one came out. I think obviously this one came out the best because I was being instructed instead of being an instructor. And I just love the way this came out. This is one of my favorite paintings I've ever made. And honestly, like, I am not the best at painting, which is why I typically paint like signs with words and just patterns. But now that I went to Muse Paint Bar and did that, I feel like more confident in paintings like this. And I learned a lot that I can use to make paintings like this. So that's cool. Alright, I have white on my brush, so I'm going to rinse it, but you shouldn't need to. You should only have black on your brush, unless you went back and fixed the mountain thingy too. Okay. So now we're going to take medium angle brush, I'm sorry. And we're going to start making our tree branches. So you don't want them to be too big. However, there's going to be one long one that's going to come pretty far out. You want it to come pretty far out. So I'm just using this, taking the tip and the top of the brush. I'm going down on this, using this portion, like not on the side, down. So we're going to make our nice branch here.
There we go. Once we satisfy with that, we're going to start filling in our other branches. Just however you feel comfortable with making them. Make sure you put some branches on both sides, guys. Put branches out everywhere. And then you're just going to start adding the details of the branches, you know? The little forks in the branches, the Ys, and things like that. You can add as many branches or as little branches as you would like.
So once I am happy with my branches, that looks perfect. As you can see, I really love them. I don't know how I did these branches on here, but they honestly looked so good on this painting. I love this painting, guys, so much. Oh my god. Okay, so once we have our branches, we're gonna make our leaves. So we're gonna be using the tip of our medium filbert brush, and you're just gonna go around making little dots, honestly, just around the tree branches. Make some of them connected and some of them not connected to the tree, because when you think about it, the leaves are all connected to stems on the branches, but they're not all really connected to the branch. So just like that. So it's kind of like a stippling action around the tree. You can make as many leaves or as little as you want. Maybe it's fall, maybe the leaves are falling off the tree. You know, there's so many things you can do to interpret it. So it's basically just a stippling using the tip of our medium angle brush.
Or if you want smaller leaves, I've seen people even paint leaves on like leaf shapes. Personally, I just love how the stippling effects look on this painting in particular. So I use the stippling technique, and you just want to kind of do that all around the tree. You can make it a full tree, maybe it's fall leaves are dying off, maybe it's not really a full tree, and that's fine too. It's up to you if you're painting. Super, super gorgeous. Alright, and once you're happy with your stippling, it should look something like this, or once you're happy with your leaves, this one, it's just like a randomly placed in the middle of there where there's no leaves around it.
That's pretty funny. Alright, so once you're happy with your leaves, which I am, now we are going to move on to doing our stars, which is the last part of the painting and my favorite part of the painting. So we're going to rinse off our brush really good. really super good. We don't want to get any black on our beautiful paintings. So now there are 2 ways that you can do the stars. I personally use both ways. I used both ways on here. As you can see, you can tell there's some kind of like splatter, and there's also kind of just like dot stars. I like doing both, and I'm going to show you how you can do both. So we're going to grab a pretty thin paintbrush. Any paintbrush will do. Pretty thin is what I would go for. And you're not even using the actual paintbrush for this, you're using the end of the paintbrush. So it doesn't really matter, it could be any size. I prefer it to be kind of small. Then we're just gonna dip the end of our paintbrush into the white paint, and we're gonna make stars.
Now, you don't really have to do them in any type of specific pattern. Stars, when you look up at the sky, are not in a pattern at all. They're all over the place. So put them in between the trees and in between the leaves and all over the place. No particular order, no particular pattern. It's like a stippling motion, except not as frequent and not in any type of pattern. Just like that. So once we do that on the top, we're going to go ahead and do that down here in the water, because it's supposed to be like a reflection. So if it's reflecting, you would see the stars in the water too. Alrighty, so that's one way that you can make your stars. And now if you want yours to look exactly like my painting with the splatter stars, now I'm going to show you how to do that as well.
Or if you like the way this came out, then you're fine. Don't add any. That's fine. So, how we do this next one is we're going to take a pretty thick, oh, did you guys see that? Are you kidding me? These are brand new. So you're going to take a pretty thick paintbrush, and then you're also going to take a pretty, we'll use the medium filbert brush. You're going to take a pretty thick one and a medium one, and you're going to dip the medium one in the white paint. Yes, there we go. And then you're going to put this over your canvas, and you're going to tap the bigger brush onto it. However, I'm not going to do that on camera because it's going to get all over the place. I'm going to go do it over there where I can, you know, get it on the sink, in the sink, and not all over my room. But that will be how you do that, and I'll come back and show you when it's done. So you just dip it in the white, and you're done. See you in a minute. Okay, I am back from doing that, and I think it came out pretty good. So there are our splatter stars. And once again, it's a reflection painting, so everything you do in the top, you're going to want to do in the bottom. So I did a little bit in the water on the bottom as well. We're going to take some white paint, and we're going to sign our name. So you can do it wherever you want. Maybe you want to make an inscription of your name in the tree, or whatever you want. And sign your name. It's really hard signing your name with a paintbrush, I have to admit. And now the last step to your painting, put your hands up in the air really high and give yourselves a round of applause because you're done and you just made a really awesome sunset painting with Megan's instruction, and I think it looks pretty cute. Every time you recreate the painting, it comes out a little bit different. As you can see, you know, there are differences between this one and this one. And of course, there's differences between the original one and this one. Also, on this one, I added clouds, but on this one, I didn't really want to. And I messed up the sun on this one. You're supposed to do the sun and the mountains above the yellow, but I did it in the middle of the yellow. So that makes it a little hard to see the sun, but I still think it looks good anyway. Sometimes we mess up, mistakes happen, we're all human here. But this is your mini sunset painting. I hope you guys like this painting. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. These paintings make great gifts, make great birthday party activities, and now you learned how to be an instructor too. You learned how to instruct this painting as you were painting it. If you guys did try out this painting by watching my video, please send me a picture of it and let me know how it came out. I would love to see your guys' paintings, post them on your Instagram with hashtag Megan Rokes, hashtag RokesFam, hashtag RokesPainting, and I will check them out. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe to my channel down below, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!